Do we have transcoding, I wonder? Yes, we do. Fabulous. We has transcoding. Okay. Logging in. Doing social mediaing. There we go. There's one down. 3 to go. Yeah. Like it's some kind of sport or something, you know. Yeah, one down. Then we'll do a book face. Because why not? Another one there. I shouldn't really have made 2 different pages on Facebook, should I? I made one as like a public figure thing and another as like a fan club thing. It was overestimating a little there. Live screen. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, we're live and we're contemplating doing a little fun stuff this evening. Good evening, Carl, on the way watching while on the way to the train station. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yes, I'm on the little 217 I might be switching to something else shortly. Awaiting Mihalik and possibly Savik. I don't know how Savik is fixed this evening, but yeah. We shall see. While I'm waiting for those to arrive, what I'm probably going to do is go to Inferno, grab a Doja for tomorrow. Yeah, something like that. Grab a Doja for tomorrow, and hopefully if those two get on, we can crack on with the subway, which would be, you know, pretty cool. Yes, it would. Not gonna lie, yes, it would. How am I doing on research, anyway? Loads to do yet. Absolutely loads to do. It will come. It will come. Seen a lot more blood-soaked cloaks of dishonour these days, and I think maybe that's down to how many have dropped at the events over the weekends. Have a quick look here. And someone did come along and try and grab every piece of loot ever. Going to see the other half. Haven't seen each other in 3 weeks. Ooh, happy days. Lippy John stilettos still selling for. The price is coming down though. It's still very expensive for a 149, but the 160s weren't the ones that dropped. It was the 150s that were dropping. It's good to see more people offering a greater spread, I think. Anyway, you know, market forces are what they are type deal. So, yeah. People will charge as much as they think they can possibly get. That's how it works. Always has worked like that. So, yeah. Mihalik, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. No sign of Savik yet, as far as I can see. Not sure if Savik's online at all. Left a little message for them. While waiting for Savik to maybe appear, I'll go get this Doja on this tune, maybe. May as well have a spare one, eh? Ready for tomorrow. Make tomorrow's dailies go much, much faster. Because you've spent the time already. So, with any joy, we should be good to go on the subway. I'm guessing you don't want me to bring this Enforcer. They're not good enough yet, although they may want some of the loot. Oh, Demon of Shadow, just hurry up and die. I can barely hit this tune anymore. And I do so like being able to cast layers without changing target. You can't do that with any of the other in the same line, though. Can I ask an EMF question while your hands are green? You can, of course. Go and do some Foss, they're faster to kill. If I can answer, I will. I may not know the answer also. There's bits of Enforcer I'm a little blind on, I'll be honest. But hence a good idea to play another one. Why are her hands green? Oh right, very simply they're using elemental poison. It's like chemical damage, which works best in Shadowlands. So you do more damage with when you're running chemical than you do running melee or radiation or fire or whatever else really. So it's like MA, just changing the buff. So you can change your weapon damage type. The highest one's that gives the most. It doesn't stack with a bunch of other plus damage buffs, so it gets cancelled. Yeah. But while you're soloing, self-buffed, it's quite handy. Assassin's Grin. Yeah, I don't think it does. So the advertised start time was 30 minutes from now. Managed to get on a little faster though. Almost didn't. In-laws phoned. No reply from Sav. I've not had a reply from Sav either yet. They could be busy. You don't know. They're usually like semi-logged into Discord, so I think it just runs in the background on one of her computers. And she sort of chimes in with things now and again. And people ask questions and Savik's always there to answer. Yeah, it'd be nice to have Savik along for the dungeon. Okay. we could go, we could recruit others, but we'll have to wait and see. Stream's only just been started running in terms of how long they normally run, so you know how it is. We get to, right, we're going to go and do this and get started on it, and then like 10 minutes after we've started, 40 people volunteer for it. I want to come and do that one. Etc. So it does vary a little. But yeah, typically we're like halfway through, say, the DB quest, and someone says, oh, I need that. Well... we're already full and we're already on the way, kind of thing. God, how have I got an itchy ear already? That's ridiculous. Barely started and already itchy ear. I need some nicer headphones, or it's just me and it doesn't matter what I do in terms of headphones, it's still going to do the same thing to me. Not sure which it is, but yeah, probably one or the other. These mobs should be like a couple of levels lower, except for the Somphos, and then they wouldn't be bothering me. And just go away. They're just annoying. Like this dude, go away. So it's starting to look like we probably won't get another dungeon this year. We're kind of all hoping for it, but I think the lockdowns and such maybe played a part. Because some things are not done remotely. You're going to poke a dockalypse, and they certainly know how to dock. Someone speaking in French, huh? Yay, Doja for tomorrow. There we go. Right, we'll use the beacon and head back. .201 formats. What? Oh, this tune's 217 now. Oh, Foreman's, possibly. Haven't seen it yet. I do have a means to quickly check, though. I've got to log into the test server to do it. So, yeah, I mean, it's something I do quite regularly, is log into the test server just to see if there's any changes and such. Haven't done for a little while, though. It's easy enough to quickly go check. Park this tune and we can quickly go look on the test live server. I doubt it, though. While we're waiting for a dockalypse, etc. There's a command as well for looking at new items on the test live server, but I can't remember what it is. In fact, I don't even... Well, can I do it without logging off? I think I can. Desktop. It does. It's weird. When I browse to desktop, it doesn't always show all the shortcuts on the desktop, which annoys the snot out of me. It's like some of them are there, but not all of them. There it is, Test Live. I'm going to log into Test Live and go take a quick look-see. I'll switch to display capture. So I'm logging into Test Live. Savik. Andromeda. Doesn't say. I think he is... I think that's a neutral tune. Let's go and have a look. A few people online, those that are, seem to be doing tower fields in PW. Yeah, I was doing the... oh, what's that daily called? The Tower Daily. And... yeah. I thought it spent IP, but okay. My planet map is here. What am I at the moment? I think I'm neutral. No, clan. Ah. Not that one then. Yeah, I was doing the tower tag mission on Monday, and there was like, we obviously went round tower fields, and some of them basically just had a control tower on them in PW, which was kind of a shame. So not that one. Yeah, see, I've got a bunch here that are inactive. That Luby Lou, 220 Solitus, Metaphy. You can't even remember that one. Atrox Soldier. My God, that is a long time ago. Callus 3. They might be neutral or whatever. The reason I said it was that we have 201 Subway and Temple. Yeah, it does make sense. But yeah. What's this guy? Neutral. That'll do. Go to Omniland first. For once I have some time to do something and no one's online. Sod's law, I'm afraid. Yeah, midweek streams since lockdown's over are definitely quieter. 20k. 20k is the one I want. Probably, oh God. Would have been quicker going through the grid, I think. Right, we'll try that again. Yeah, the celestial alignment is not in our favour this evening. Logging back, now the engine's not broken. Yeah, quite often crash here. Going through all the wampers. Southern Artery Valley. Don't know if I've got any bags to open and close. Aha, now I do. Yeah, I'd have been much quicker just going straight to 2HO via the grid. Don't know why I thought going via Wampers was a better idea. Right, longest road, let's go look. I think I only made this tune just so that I could do something, but I can't remember what. Did that. Yeah, I think I just did the basics. Soon find out either way. $100 or below to enter this area. Let's fire up the test server again and I'll try joining a team just to see. Right, and I'm going to log in my like a mule account basically. Yeah. Level 200. Cyber Exile, what you doing? Full IPR? No. I'm just on the test server at the minute. I'm just checking there. I'm going to put myself on looking for team. And then search here. There you go, there's me. Okay, right, and I'm in a team. Let's have a look. No. There's still nothing there. I'll leave this guy logged out here so I can keep coming back and testing. There's a command for checking what's new on Test Live, but I can't remember what it is, which is annoying. Is there any talk about it? Not official, no, but we've suspected that might be the case as the next possible dungeon. So coming over to Test Live and checking it is usually a reasonable, way of doing it. But I can't remember. There's a chat command. See if I can do stuff. Anarchy Online, Test Live, new items, command, someone knows what it is. Is it on here somewhere? Yeah, Savik would know straight away what's new on Test Live is. There is like a regular command for just checking if anything new's been added. But, yeah, Savik knows what the command is. I have no idea. I'll leave the question for her. Right, okay. What do you want me to log then? The Keeper? Mahalik or... Need a good dock, trader, and a crat, and we're set. Alright. What, can you Grand Theft Eumenides now? I've got a 220 trader, got a 220 crat. It's probably stronger built. Theoretically you can, yeah. Only thing my trade is 8 Atrox, so I don't know if he can actually do it. Still no reply from Savick or Redono. Yeah, I know. She could be making dinner or something like that, or, you know, might have left Discord logged in while she's gone out for the evening. We don't know. Just checking new player help to see when Savick last typed anything. Oh, very early this morning in new player help. And yeah, hasn't said anything in Discord to anyone since early this morning, as far as I can see anyway. Keeper is needed too. Well, mine's pretty bloody solid, so I'll go keeper. Yeah, Savick would be awesome to come along because, well, Savick is an awesome healer, so. Is what it is, folks, you know. I mean, my doc isn't bad. I don't know if it's as good as Savick. Like, I think mechanically, if Savick logged in and played my doc, he would live a lot, you know, more survival chance than you would with me playing it. But Savick doesn't do that, so yeah. There's only me and one other on in Storm at the minute, Tyndall, and he's probably AFK because he usually is. Oh, the Lagorama. Krat has a 2 hour... well. Whammies. What are you wearing there? On a trader. Ah, social. Right. I was like, why are you wearing that? That's an interesting build. What's all this about? But no. I mean, I can come on my dock, Mihalik. I don't know how well we'll do with me healing. I mean, the dock is, you know, pretty well built. You're going to go bloodless on the keeper. I would put it on my dock first. To be honest, I think the dock would benefit more. I mean, when I cast the hot, I use that. Get another 10% out of it that way. And then for in here, swap it back out. Still slow at casting it. What toon do you use most? Greasy Latex. Oh, that's a lovely name. Level 1. Yeah. Very nice. Nope. What toon do I use most? Whichever one I'm working on, generally speaking, is the one I would say I use the most. I'm not really using them the most. I'm just sort of like, yay, you know, and so on. I mean, this is one of my better built ones. Oh, between Dock and Keeper, probably the Keeper. They got the Akadaka. They got the DB Protector module. They got the Ancient Protective Drone. Got really nice armor set. Full set of alphas. You know, they've already got the Condemned Bulwark on them, which will be awesome on the Enforcer, to be honest. I don't know. Only Ukrat is the only one that's really done. Okay. There's a MA doctor stood right here. I'm guessing maybe they were planning on doing this, I don't know. It look more like a damage dock than a heel face type dock. Very well geared though. Got it, okay. Yeah, there's like nobody on in Storm at the moment, so I can't ask it. It's only Tyndall, and Tyndall is AFK, I know that. Because he was AFK earlier on. It's sort of, I'm just going to leave myself permanently logged in type of thing. Is Hike on LFT? I can't see them on there. Guessing maybe they're already in a team that's about to do this. I don't know. We got some other, pretty decent tunes there, I would say. Hi, Baker77. Hi, new to the stream. How is everyone? We're okay. A little quiet tonight, actually. You follow... Oh, you followed 6 hours ago. Thank you for the follow. So, yeah. Picked a weird day today. A lot of players are out in Perpetual Wastelands doing things. So, yeah. You want to convert to raid and I'll go in and start smacking trash mobs. you're thinking about playing, yeah, you always can. I mean, you can get a free account and have a play around and see if you like the basic game. You know, see if the way the game works, etc., appeals to you or not. You know, that kind of thing. Go in and start smacking things. First mob, trash mob 242. A spank you. So one nice thing with this dungeon is, despite the mobs having ridiculous amounts of HP, is they don't respawn on you. John the Savage. If you jump in, do look for vids and stuff about UI and maps, you won't regret it. True! I've played before, loved the game, but struggled to find people to play with. Best thing you could do, it's probably easier to find people now than it has been previously. The new Discord they brought in has given like another level to org recruitment and, you know, matchmaking. Most like newer title games that came after Anarchy did things like automatic matchmaking, and that doesn't exist in AO. With AO, it's word of mouth, knowing people. You know, it's closer to, you know, the reality of things. So you actually have to, you know, meet people, get to know them, team with them. It's you know, it's more based in reality in that respect than, you know, you can play a lot of other games, just join the queue and then go do whatever. Yeah, you actually have to socialise to get on, and some people like dislike that, and okay. But, you know, what can I tell you? That's how older MMOs worked. You know, they went, well, it's an online multiplayer, so you go talk to people and chat to them and get to know them and team up with them and yada yada, you know, so. One spot left for Subway. I can only see 3 people. I mean, it'd go a lot easier with a few more, wouldn't it? Oh, right, there's people coming and logging. Right, okie dokie. You have amassed your little army of friends. Awesome. Definitely the way to go. Less moaning and more logging. He's on a mission tonight. On a mission to get things done. Guy's giving me a hard time. You have a high level shade, still very useful. Very, very good solo, etc. So, yay, reflects all the way. And much damage. Zupeo, hello, good father of the people, sidearm of Quest for Space and spreader of enhanced graphics. I am Streamer Girl. In game sometimes, I could be a big deal. Ma familia. Hello, Zupeo, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Your logins get more and more entertaining, I'm sure. Yeah, I've got sticky eyes for some reason. One spot left for Subway. Can take any DD. Anybody? You got other people coming. I'm just making a start on the trash. Because reasons. I'll do these little ads first and then start on the next one. You're going for Eumenides? Well, if we're here with Mihalik, almost certainly. He's got it in for old Eumenides. Eumenides does my head in. But there we are. Could always come on Engi. Yeah, isn't it? You got blockers and reflects and blinds. It all helps. Even if maybe, you know, they're not top dollar geared up. Still useful. As long as they've done the DB quest and that, you know what I mean? I would say as long as you've done the DB quest, your tune is viable in here. I would say. You know, beaters, DB quest done. You're pretty much good to go for this dungeon. Anyone played New World? No! I don't want to fry out my computer. And I looked at some of the gameplay and I kind of looked at it and went, nah. It looked very generic to me. It looked like a lot of new multiplayer games looks. Not my sort of thing, really. Someone very, very kindly, it was Toshiro, bought, what the hell was it called? New Monster World thing, and I played all the way through the tutorial and sort of said, well, what now? You know, and he's like, oh, well, now you do this. And I was like, okay, and after about an hour I was like, but, you know, even though the guy had been super kind, like gifting me the game, I did say at the time, like, I don't think you should, because, you know, I don't know if it's my kind of thing anyway. I mean, the graphics are pretty, but where's the game, you know? It's always my sort of stick. Whereas with AO, the game is there straight away. The game is build your character, get to know people, do stuff. You know, it's that kind of a deal with AO. I think most of the stuff I want for newer tunes is not on Eumenides, is it? It's on the rest of it, I think. I don't know. I seem to remember it being that way around, but, you know, you tell me kind of deal. I mean, what I saw of New World, it was like, you know, they were fighting, but you couldn't really tell what was going on in the fight. There was just lots and lots and lots of like effects going off. I couldn't really make anything out about what the combat was actually like. So yeah. Having a very naughty conversation for some reason. Okay, where did the mob go? What the hell was all that? What is this? Welcome to pet pathing in Anarchy Online. Well done. But the mobs just suddenly decide to run away, have some fun, go do a bit of sightseeing. Oh, you said that while bathing in a... Yeah, but you can see what's going on. It's telling you. It was like, I had no idea what was going on with the... You know, I only saw... It was daylights, I think. 97... 87? Was playing it and he streamed a bit of it to me and I had a look and I was like... What? I can't see what the hell's going on. Hoggerman says they are LFT. I think that's you, isn't it, Kek? Kek Wubba. I do wonder, yeah, with all the auras and everything we've got going on in this team. Enzleric, welcome to the stream. How the devil are you? Doc is not a Dono level experience, so you ain't getting annoyed if we die once. Enzleric, passing by quickly before going out. Oh, right, okay. Well, nice to see you all the same. What do you mean the doc's not a Dono level experienced? Oh, do you mean a Docalypse? Yeah, well, a Docalypse is, you know, like another Savic when it comes to healing. Bit of a difference. I mean, the build of my doc is really good. But I am nowhere near as good at playing it as Savic is. Yeah, excuse me. Carlos, you're going to hate me. I only hate... I have big boy pet. Mardonge has subscribed at tier 1. They subscribed for 4 months. Thank you very much for the resub and welcome to the stream. Morphers, hello all. Welcome to the stream, sir. How the devil are you? We're having a bit of a go at the subway. Is it a little dark for you guys on stream? I can enlighten a little. And also do a bit of Rubicar light in here. Yep, there we go. That should brighten it up somewhat. What is the raid window keybind? The default is Control, Shift and R. To open up that, and you can convert to raid and then move stuff around. You can, though, you can change it to anything you like. Is there a way to find out what tunes are on the account before resubbing? I don't think there is. If it's a paid account, you can't view the characters on that account, as far as I know. And we're going to swing the camera 180 so you guys can see what the hell is going on. Why we all fight with our back to the wall. Usually. And Keck is like, oh yeah. having been flung off the once. Modong, hey and thank you, just got home from 2 weeks at work. It's now 2 weeks of playtime before I head out again. He's got the big ass pet. There you go. In today's stream, we will be mostly seeing big ass pet, because someone hasn't done their Sheol quest yet. If you don't know, your top pet we lovingly call the chicken. He's not done, yeah. Get to Sheol, get your ass to Sheol on your 220 Engi. It's like, you get a lot of research done if you need research still. The stage rewards in the quest lines will give you a hell of a lot. I've never done the subway raid, yeah. Well, I don't want to say we pioneered it, but we sort of did, because we were on test live doing it. Before it even hit live, we'd figured out most of it, except for Eumenides. And we had lots and lots of fun with, what's his face? Vergil and the Melvins. Although, they're not as big an issue anymore. But yeah, they used to be a pain. We spent like a whole evening just trying to get, you know, figure out what mechanics are going to work against various bosses in here. And that was on Test Live, so the characters went... excuse me. The characters were not like 100% or anything, so... I mean, it's easy to get levels and implants and stuff like that, but if you want HUD items and... you know, stuff like that, it's a little more difficult. Just tried to solo the flea at the door for fun and got whacked. Yeah, stuff in here is like pretty tough. At least as tough as in like an Inferno hard mission. Like 250-ish, and the low stuff is like 240. And there's not much in between. And this dude is 285, and he's one of the easiest ones in here to kill. But he will still hand your ass to you if you're not careful. What did he drop? Cloak and rifle. Yeah. Go the Eumenides side. No! Take a moment to appreciate this beauty on a dock. Okay. With the goggles. You look like, what's the one with the glasses called in Scooby-Doo? Kind of reminds me of that. That or Elton John, I don't know. Still need my alphas, can't even use max heal at the minute. On... what, on dock? Should be alright if you got beaters in at least. Making solid progress. Just moving through the place. First time we came in, we were like, oh my god, these things. Stupid minds can fluff. Yeah. Right, there's a lot more hanging back for this raid than you might be used to. And then if we could all assist Alexander. We'll get through it a lot quicker if we focus our damage. It is a lot easier, but you do have to sort of focus. Compared to like team missions where you can be a bit more scrappy, it doesn't matter. You'll still manage the mission. In here, things are a little rough. The only thing is, nothing drops any loot in here except the bosses. Which is kind of a... you know. Ends lyric. Good luck on raid, I'll be back in a few hours. Okie dokie. I hate this boss with a passion. Yep. I have a t-shirt with that on it somewhere. As do a lot of other people. It's not that he's a tough fight, it's that the mechanics he uses, he will use at the least convenient moment, and sometimes he'll use more than one at the same time. So he'll bunch everyone together with mind control and then throw up the toxic gas, which stacks. It's an AoE dot that affects your teammates if you're too close to them. So you get the dot hitting you plus hitting your teammate, and if your teammate's got it as well, then you're all hitting each other with the same dot, so it's like 5 times the dot all at once, while you're being mind controlled and running around and unable to get away from each other. And he will do that when he's on the last 2 bubbles and stuff, so you're like, oh god, you know. So he is a pain to fight. In that respect, he really is. Have a good evening, Enslyric. See, this is just clearing trash to get in. Into the room with him. Yes, and the shopkeepers are attackable and will attack you in this version of the subway, unlike the little subway that you start off in, where the shopkeepers are nice and sell you things and buy things from you. Not so much in this dungeon. In this dungeon, they want to kick your ass. Yeah, Stim Fiends can be like pinks as well. They can do a big AoE heal. So normally, if you've got some, do them here. Fun. The subway. Trouble is, it does have some of the best loot for HUDs and all sorts now. So you gotta get it done. Subway is cool. It is really, yeah. I think the general design and everything else is very, very cool. Am I constantly recasting this? I think I might be. Quick look at fixed keys. What did I do last time? I think I did put it on a... Okay... The boss is active. We has dots. Already. I'm gonna die before we get there. Yep. Yeah, this is Noten Dovtech Edge. So yeah, it isn't the default skin. I've pretty much always used Dovtech skin. So what you saw there was what happens in there a lot. I was morphed, so I couldn't do anything. And we got aggro from the boss as well. But yeah, see, he can do that in the right on like the last two bubbles, so. Which ain't fun. Anyway, res shock over. Put this back in. Oh, you need nano. Yeah, I've never liked the default skin in Anarchy. I mean, the very first one wasn't the original. I didn't mind. And then they just made it weird. And I was like, nah, I don't like. Nah, no likey. and then they came up with the Noten Dovtech skins and maps and stuff like that, and I immediately started using them, and then after a while it just feels like that's the normal way, you know? Back to that now. And yes, I do have a how to install, where to download guide for it as well on the channel. You could download a newer version of Savik's map of Rubikar, that would definitely help, and Bitnick's map of Shadowlands if you paid. She's quite nice as well. She's done a really good job of it. I just don't like the blue on the out. I told him in the stream once, I said, I love your map, I just don't like this bit with the blue. And he was like, oh, maybe I'll do something with that. I said, please do it. Your map is much better than the other ones. So there's that one. So when you first start the game, if you click on the eye, well, let's do it from the beginning. If you press P for the planet map, then click on select map, you will see you've got default planet map and Savik's map of Rubikar. I have other ones because, you know, I check stuff with Sav. And then I select ×2 size because I play at 1440p, so it's a lot easier to see her map. And you can see, if I zoom out, all the way out. So you start off with a picture of how all the Wampas interconnect. Then you get the sort of general overview, which is as much detail as you get on the original map. If I zoom in again, I get more. If I zoom in again, I get various, you know, people that have got that are involved or part of quests and things like that for all of Rubikar. So it's really nice. It is the best map. Yeah, post the link to the skins by all means. So that's what the boss can do. He can, more like he did there, he morphed me into a tree. So, and everybody was all bunched together, so the dot was bouncing back and forth across everybody in the team, hacking our health down to nothing. And the doc is unable to heal, which is fun, you know. But he can do that at any time in a fight. And when you first go into the room, there's a bunch of ads right next to him, so, again, more fun! Right, I am going to go and get some more water. Right, okay. I am back. I think the link for the maps is... oh yeah, there you go. Found it already. There you go. So the guy that just wiped the floor with us is the one we're going to go and try and beat this evening. Yay. Oh, this'll be fun. And it's not like he comes up and bops you on the nose and, you know, like something like the Beast where the mob is just so high level with and hits so hard you can't handle him on your own. No. This sucker will wipe your whole team just because. My God, I'm moving fast. Have I just forgotten how quickly this tune runs? Nearly 3k run speed. There we go. Yeah. Grid Space Freedom team. Soto Mahoney, hello from a bush in Holdassin. He's spying on us again. He's the evil omni spy. Aye, Baker, if I was to start a fresh tune, what would you suggest? I don't know. What did you enjoy playing before? You liked damage. Well, end game, there's a lot of damage on pet classes now. Soldier can do redonkulous amounts. Shade as well. Nobody's really been left behind on that as such. Enforcers not so much. Doc's definitely not, you know, big on damage. But they're not designed to be. MA's pretty good, actually. I mean, for coming back on a tune, MA's quite painless because you don't actually need to buy weapons. You know, your fists are your weapon sort of thing. So they're quite an easy one to do. And they're quite self-sufficient in that they can heal themselves, etc. So that definitely helps. I like Keeper at the moment. Seems to be my fave. I'm not really working on this tune. It's more or less kind of done. But yeah, you know, even so. They're quite desirable in teams, but mostly because they've got a hot delta aura. They've got a defensive aura, which is nice and stacks with others. And then they've got double blockers as well. So they can reduce damage by quite a bit just by being teamed with you. And they also do reasonable damage. Not massive, but get some distance just in case. This pull is always fun. They don't do the biggest damage, but they do reasonable damage. But, you know, a bit more expensive to sort of play. That's the other thing with AO, is you need to earn money as you play. Or you can circumvent that by spending real life money with Funcom and buying a Grace and then selling it on GMI, and you're pretty much set. Like, sell one Grace, you can deck out pretty much most tunes. Yeah, if you don't have an MA, they're quite useful. You can blitz nanos and things with them as well, which does make it a little cool in that respect. As you start getting into being self-sufficient in that respect. I don't think we got boss aggro yet. Oh, we're in. We're on. So what I'm having to do here is keep my distance from anyone else in the team. Every time I get morphed, I've got to recast the blockers. Because he wipes them, the little swine. If it was just tank and spank, he'd be dead easy, but he absolutely is not tank and spank. He's got lots of nasty tricks. Right, there you go. That's something he's just done, maybe. Or something happened then. Engi is a lot of fun, but you do have to be prepared to sort of work at Engi to get it good. So as a first coming back tune, it might not be the best. But they are bloody awesome later on. Krat is probably a little easier to get into because they've got the crowd control and such. So if you are struggling, you have the advantage that, you know, you can go somewhere and just calm everything. And mind controlled. Who am I fighting? Okay. And I'm getting Watchward back up as quick as I can. And we got to get his ads down. All the while taking damage from the dot. But we can't all move in together, so to speak. Otherwise we're in a lot more trouble. See that green bleh all around me? If I get too close to anyone else, it bounces on them and theirs bounces on me, so it's like, if you're all too close together, you're in a lot of trouble, because you've got 6 times the dot. Right, now we're back on him. I'm just double checking NCU for, make sure Ward is back up. But yeah, you have to keep your distance. I always try and stand here in the middle. I don't know, just that's what I've done since this was on the test live server. Yeah, MA Froob is really good because you don't need to buy weapons. You can get the stun glove and have a fast attack as well, which is quite nice. But there's other weapons you can farm from mobs once you get to places like the wreck and such. Yeah, Keeper's got quite a buff in 2015 with the 18.7 patch in that they could stack more of their buffs together. So you can have Ward, you can have the add all death, etc. Rather than having like one or another. You could, you know, you can do a bit more with them now. I think their buffs got a bit of a boost as well. But they're very good solo. Surprisingly good solo, actually. I quite enjoy them. They're good for streams for me because you're not having to think or, you know, do quite as much as you do when you're playing a lot of other classes. So they are kind of easy in some sort of things. Right, okay. Start hitting these. One of them, one of those. I'm not morphed, but there's stuff near me. Getting Watchward back up. Okay, Ward is up. I'm too close to somebody or something. Trying to keep my distance, but That's what's killing us, the core rot. It's a lot of damage. We've got to get rid of his ads. Okay, I think it's just him now, so... Yeah, oh, and he can do nano shutdown on you. No, just that as... So you can't cast anything whatsoever. Not good for the healer, just saying. Not pissing annoying at all, yeah. Okay, birdied, stop doing anything. Wait for it to pass. You can see I've been turned into a little bird. And it's immediately got rid of ward, so I'm pulling ward back up. And ward's up, carry on. It's a hard fight to try and have any kind of control over. It's totally not your archetypal tank and spank. These ads are the Kratz perk, which is they look like his as well, so you go, oh my god, but it's not. Run reflect, okay. Which is the big one? Be that one, I think. They have to cancel the add all death. So I'm changing to a reflect aura because it stacks with the soldiers one and the Angies. See, while these trees are up, he's got a damage shield, so... Okay, I've got two of them on me now. Got that up. Come on. Oh no. So who am I going on to? Okay, it sent me to Hoggerman. Okay, it's off, it's off. Getting ward up. Ward's back. Need to take out the other ads he spawned. Get back on your spot as well at the same time, so... It's horrible because you're used to all bunching up together to beat things. Then you can't. So now instead of running a defensive order, I'm running a reflect aura that stacks. You can see here. So it's not doing much, but it is adding. It does stack with the others. I think that's the highest one. 105, 100... 75. Yeah, it is. That's the highest one you get. I don't have anything in favourite, so... Now we've got further than this, as in last two bubbles, and the son of a bitch has killed us all anyway. So it's not over till that guy's down with this fight. You can't go, yeah, we got it, push damage, we got him. You can't do that with this guy. He can suddenly throw up 5 things at once at this point. He could suddenly throw up a load of rot, mind control everyone, and send in the ads. But I think we got him. First time. The pull doesn't count as a death, just saying, because we weren't fighting him. So I'm just saying, straight in and kill. She dropped a load of crap. Let's have a look. Well, that's not total crap if you've got an Engie. Yeah. Reinforced bow, fortified construction sleeves, supreme office worker thing. Well, if you've got an Engie, that's useful. It's a utility HUD that gives you 100 to trade skills, which isn't, isn't the worst thing in the world. So now we can actually go and try and get the rest of the dungeon, which actually is a lot easier fighting-wise than pretty much anything else. He's like the worst fight in the entire place. Yay, I found a mine. Go me. Do you want me to stay with the reflect aura or go with something else? This is what I mean about keepers having utility at endgame. Well, I am really, really glad we killed him straight away, because now I can relax and enjoy the raid. As opposed to going, oh god, and there's hemped number 57. And believe you me, there have been evenings like that. Well, the thing with Shades is they can't really buff anybody else, but they can debuff mobs. So if you're doing something like team missions or something like that in Inferno, let's say, they're very desirable because they can take mobs down so damn fast and never need healing. But I think a lot of the time as well, they're not as desirable as well. They're probably one of the better solo classes, but yeah, they're not as awesome for, a lot of other stuff. But they are good. They just don't, have as much to offer a team. Because they're sort of very self-sufficient, but they're not doing as much for everybody else as, say, Keeper or Soldier or Engie or crap in that respect, but, But they're not a dead class or anything like that. Some people claim they are, and I'm like, no. You want to go farm diners in Inferno, they're awesome. You want some damage in your team, also awesome. You know what I mean? Yeah, and in PvP, they are still pretty deadly. So, yeah, there is that as well. I got quite low there and used Dimash, because on MA, Shade, and Keeper, Dimash recycles really quite quickly, like 5 minutes. versus everybody else it's 30 minutes. You know, so it's like emergency. Yes, and Hoggermen, you will do the Sheol quests. Like, you can kind of see, as soon as you're in a situation like this, I'm imagining Hoggermen going, "No, I won't." Do you think you are some kind of Jedi waving your hands like that? You can see how they kind of obscure a lot of you know, what you can and can't see. So yeah, the drop rate in here is not the best. So you can clear the entire place and it's still not quite so dick-terrific as you might hope, you know? There's no guaranteed drops in here, in other words. Some of them are super-duper rare as well. Like the Bloodless sleeve, which adds 5% to your healing. So if your nano heals for 1,000, with that equipped, it heals you for an extra 5%. Which, stacked with a bunch of others, is kind of nuts. And it's also not bad armour either. Yeah, if you do the scientist, remember you've got to do scientists before you do, or you can finish the Yutto one. But you get one shrinking thing from the scientist quest, and then the better shrinking nano from the Yutto quest. I think I did that one, so I thought, well, I'd just get the better one. So I did all of the Yutto's quest right up until the very last stage, and then the last Yutto says to the character, "You should help out the scientists a little more before continuing." And I was like, wait, what the hell's this? And then double checked on AOU. Yeah, it still forces you to do the other quest first, and you're like, I hate you. Why? Yeah. Gouter! Actually, that's not on Gouter. He didn't do that. The Yutto's quest was after, you know, after that kind of thing. It's some of the best XP in the game for, you know, whatever. And the thing to do is read through the guides and pre-farm all the other stuff as well. Camel1111 has resubscribed. Thank you very much for the resub. They've subscribed for 12 months, for an entire year. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you're 220, it's, you know, the quest ain't hard. It's like nothing in the quest is a challenge as far as fighting goes. It's just a challenge to your patience of running back and forth. But at least at 220, you're running around pretty quickly. You know, so there's that as well. Yeah, one of the workmen snared us, so we're all proper snared now. Except for me, because I've got 220 free movements. Ah, you finished talking to Dr. Hestia, which takes 5 minutes to run to. Now go and talk to the other doctor. Ah, now go back and talk to the first doctor again. There's a lot of that in the quest, and it does wind me up a lot. Architect Striker, prepare to die. Where the hell did 1 year go? Yeah, what were we all doing in October 2020? I think we were I think we were still mostly... I think we just started to come out of lockdown here. And then things were starting to go back to normal, and then they did another lockdown. We were like, oh. Yeah, you were watching me doing this. And maintaining my sanity. Come on, support beam. This is the one that can drop the support beam, so fingers crossed, everyone. Much easier boss than Eumenides now. Support beam free, yeah. It'd be really nice to get one. But, you know... drop rate is the drop rate. Probably just end up being a load of trash. Yeah, slum runners you take out, slum spawn you leave alone, because they just get respawned anyway. Only the last boss. I thought this one did as well. Why do I have a memory of it dropping on this? Oh well. Only the last. Okay. I just have it in my mind that this dropped it, but there's no point killing slum spawn. They just instantly respawn. Slum runners, yeah, kill them because they don't. But slum spawn, the queen of the slums keeps respawning them on you. So yeah, so it's only Abmouth. I keep looking at that and thinking it's my two-hand edge buff, and it ain't, because it looks like that. But somehow it still always makes me think it's about to run out, and I'm like, whoa, hang on, I need to fix this. Not so, young Padawan. Once you've got the shrinking nano on your Engi though, you can like, you know, look down on the other Engis that don't have it. Yeah, don't you have the shrinking nano? Real Engis have the shrinking, and you know, you can humble brag on them. It is a blessing though. It makes the Engi's life better as well when you're doing stuff solo. Because you're like, where's the mob? Where's the mob gone? Oh, it's there. Do you know what I mean? So it's not the height of it that's the problem, because the big Slayer's great. It's just general. Oh, the whole front to back size is massive with it as well. So next time I team with you, I'm going to spawn the ruin. Oh god, that's always in the way. If you play third person on MP, god, the pets are annoying. And I don't know if it's just how far zoomed out I normally play, which is about this. For me, normally I have it so that my character's feet are somewhere above the chat window. Now it might be you play the game with the chat window up here, because you can, you know, there's no rules. But yeah, they always feel like the right, you know, you go to the grid and like two of your pets are in front and you've got to go like this all the time to click things, and it really does. It does grate on you after a while. Now you can kill the slum spawn, little trash mobs. What have we got on here anyway? We have Aspect of Paralysing Fear, really useful in PvP. We've got Mongoose, one-hand edge, which is nice, and the Reinforced Helmet. Yeah, something good if you're into your PvP though. But I sort of gave up on PvP about 6 years ago, so... Well, 7 years ago nearly now. I just wasn't enjoying it anymore, so there you go. Used to, especially back in the early days. Used to love it. Tower battles and all that. Back in the day. Because your character was like done after a year, so you didn't really want to go and make a new one. Not as much as now. Nowadays most people have got 6 or 7 high level toons, because it is so much easier to level them now. Battle stations, queue in, sit in the corner and drink coffee, hoping the other players and alts who decided who should win this round. Yeah, it does get a little bit like that, yeah. Yeah, and then Note and Wars kind of went from, you know, strategy and playing into who's got the best exploits to take towers down quickly. You know, and just it just spoiled it all. It just stopped being fun, and that was going on, like I say, like 7 years ago. And I was just like, oh, screw this, you know. You know, life is easier if you don't get involved with something that just does your head in, you know. And we've locked Miss Doubtfire upstairs. Right, yeah, if anyone's in a fight, you can't use the beacons to zone, so... Just a little heads up there, with this dungeon. Don't zone down like some hero thinking everyone's going to follow you, because if you go down on your own, start fighting, no one else can come down and assist. I think people do PvP, but they tend to be... the atypical gankers, you know, waiting for people to come out of grids and Wampers flagged and stuff like that and insta-kill them. There's a little bit of it going on, I guess. Some people still like have tournaments and battles and that kind of thing. Yeah, or they force a flag on people and then kill them. You know, someone who's in the middle of doing implants or something and force flag and kill them. Got no self-respect or pride. At all. None. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame for them as well. Yeah, there's a means to force flags on people, which needs to be removed from game, actually. But nothing's getting done about it, so... People were doing it on the last event, and Space Quest spotted it, and he kept... And Arcs have the power to take a flag off people. So it's exactly what he did. He just unflagged everyone. He's like, oh really? Where the hell are we? Did we miss? It's shooting and fighting, but I can't see where it's happening. Is my bugged or something? That's better. Yeah, there's a device that you target the player and click it and it flags them, which is just stupid. Yeah, it is basically exploiting, yeah. Which is why the arcs that were at the last event, when they saw it happening, they just started going unflag, 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 unflag. Which must have been frustrating. When Omnitech forces its friendship upon you. Yeah, these mobs are way more trouble than anything you can imagine in the little subway. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking they're the same. They're really, really not. If you think your pet might pull things as you're running through, put your pet on wait, get to where you need to go, and then warp the pet. Usually the best way of dealing with it. There's a few areas, even when you're low, like when you go over the little land bridges in Elysium, there's thousands of hecklers, well, not literally thousands, you know, there's dozens of hecklers underneath. And quite often your pets will bounce down and bounce up again, pulling all the hecklers on top of you, which ain't fun. So the best thing to do is put pet weight and then run across in safety, get out of range of the hecklers, and then walk the pets back to you. I mean, it should be a startup nano for pet classes, it's so useful. I don't have it though. You know, I don't have a spare one knocking around. But yeah, that should be in your, you know, if you start a new character now, you go round a reap. And part of the quest line there is go buy some nanos, and you buy a pack of nanos. They should make it so if you're a pet class, you get pet warp in there. So you get it day one. It's, you know, it originally got put in because it was easier to do that than to fix pet passing. So So it's like Eumenides being the hardest fight in this dungeon kind of he's probably the hardest fight in the game now. I can't think of anything that's more problematic unless you're trying to solo something. Probably more stress involved trying to solo, you know, some of the Zan Hub bosses. Bouncing around, you know, like trying to do, not Vortex, the other one. Mytar Hero solo on an Engi can be done, but there's a lot of stress. You know, like, yeah, Mytar, don't fluff up or you're dead. You know, one mistake and it's over. I'm waiting for the Mutant Philip Ross raid. He's been resurrected. They found an old resurrection scan. Filled in the missing pieces with amphibian DNA, and you got some mutant version of him where it's half normal and the other half is like all, you know, one of them. Put that in the game as a boss, that would be amazing. Yeah, you've got to be super sharp to get that done. Engis can solo Maitar, but it is really skillful. You know, one slip and game over. In lore, he's not been declared dead. Yeah, but wasn't he not declared dead for legal reasons? To do with whatever. We can only lay claim to the planet if the signee is something, you know, one of them. So he won't be declared dead, but we've appointed a new CEO in the meantime. So that if you're rich in game, you can buy graces and not... Yeah, that's it, yeah, you can. Uncontrollable anger, doing the mez, which you can break with the first aid, normal first aid. Rubicar was Omnitex for hundreds of years before Ross. Yeah, it's true. If you want to know about the Anarchy Online lore and anything to do with roleplay, Soto Mahoney is the person you should be speaking to, even though he's an evil Omni-spy. Yeah, did we kill Eumenides and you were missing your full auto buff? I think it must have been, because you'd have done it straight away, and it lasts whatever 4 hours now. So after we died on that first pull, yeah. Have I heard anything about Halloween events yet, other than only they're probably going to land at some point this week, but we haven't had official word yet. They're quite easy for them to do. I think it is just the server shut down for an hour, and then when it comes back up they've switched it on, technically. So if you're there, do go out to PW with a team if necessary, because the Nomads don't hit hard, as you know, especially for their level, and you can get some nice armour parts for free and some nice twinking parts for paid and fruit. Get shoulder pads that do, is it 20 or 30 cents in agility on each shoulder part, and they're quite easy to equip as well. And a cloak that looks pretty cool and also gives you nano skills. And then the Griefing Pumpkin heads have got the nice stuff, but they're all in 25% zones. So you will get ganked half the time. So the usual, nothing before a server shutdown. Yeah, it's usually on the 10th of the month, which started today, didn't it? It's 13th today. It could be tomorrow, could be Friday. Don't know. Yeah, this guy's easy, just stay out of the fire. Don't stand in fire. Standing in fire is bad. Okay. That's quite an easy one to remember generally. Yeah, last year they planned unplanned maintenance, yeah. Yeah, sometimes they're like, it's as though they already have it planned, and then suddenly the server shuts down. They go, why's the server shut down? And it's like, oh, it was scheduled to shut down and put the Halloween stuff on. I'll announce we're doing Halloween then. I get the impression that happened last year. Because I think it sort of does it automatically on some sort of timer, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, it is typically on the 10th of the month. Could be tomorrow, could be Friday. It'd be a little unusual if it's the weekend, so I'd say tomorrow or Friday. Best guess, you know? Yeah, it's a guess. It's a guess. I don't know because they've not said, but I'd guess tomorrow or Friday would be my best guess. But they might surprise us and wait until Monday. I don't know. But I wouldn't have thought so. Right, quick look at lay loot. We've got modified dreadlock tigeress and the helmet. One of the best items he drops is the Eye of the Psion, which is like a replacement type symbiont, but it gives extra to matter creation, so great for NTs and MPs. Trying to get that top ruin pet. Trying to get all the plus add percent damage to nano skill and at the same time hit 3k matter creation skill. It's quite useful. Isn't the eye of the Psion? Oh, it drops on him. You're thinking of the brain. The new brain that drops, well, on from the same kind of mob that normally drops it in the little temple. No, Eye of the Psion drops off the Psion, which we just killed and it didn't drop. But yeah. Is it? What's Eye of the Psion then? Oh, utility slot 65, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, my bad. I knew it was called Eye of the Psion. I had it in my head, it was that. This is where you'd put your pets on weight. And then drop down. Or get to wherever and then warp them. Go and buy bloody pet warp after this. If we die at any point, go and buy it. Any basic store has it in the nano vendor. That little baby program that you will probably end up using a hell of a lot. I'm surprised you got by without using it up until now. It's so useful. Every time your pets get stuck or what have you, you don't have to recast. You know, you don't have to terminate and recast them. You just warp them to where you are. And sometimes they even come. Gamel 111. How you got this one? We killed Eumenides first try. I mean, we had a bad pull to get to Eumenides and we all died, but that doesn't count. Oh, you got this far with no pet warp. I know, it's nuts. Just terminate and recast. Yeah, it's one of the I think it's one of the most essential buffs in the game for pet classes because of just how janky pets can bloody be. You know, running around a few buildings. Where the hell are my pets? Yeah, so it does make life damn sight easier, I feel. Empty shell can be pretty much ignored if you don't have an empty tank. Oh, right, okay. And thing you can do in here every time that you can't do in the little dungeon because you're too little to make the jump is jump straight over the water. Pet climbs when you... Yeah. Ermite boss on the second wave. Oh, do not like that guy. Now this guy has the chance of dropping Mark of the Bloodless, which I'd love on my doctor. Make his heals even more powerful. But I'm pretty sure everyone else will want it, so if it does drop, which is pretty slim chance of drop, the drop rate's low, probably going to end up rolling on it. Just don't play pet classes in Inferno. Oh, shush. Yeah, you can level to 220 in Adonis, it's fine. Yeah, so you can melee this thing from over here. One SK at a time, yeah. Montage. Mom, toilet. Was it Make Love, Not Warcraft? The classic. You're going to try and go D-Shock? I think you can, but you might have needed Eumenides chest armor for the extra full auto. I think, yeah. How much full? Yeah, 40 full auto, 10 more than any other piece of armour. But also burst, 40, also assault rifle, 40. Because you can't quite do it with combined armour, so... Already got that, yeah. That is literally one of the rarest drops in the game. Need big boy EOE, yeah. Probably, yeah. On Engi. I saw an Enforcer with an EOE and a D-Shark, and the rest were, you know, quality 300 implants. I'm guessing he was just out of OE with it. But hey, 11-second full auto. What'd he drop? Literally nothing. Yay. I'm 2 points out of OE on Krat. That's not bad. You're out of OE is out of OE. What? Do we pick up some weird little ads here and there? Because I think we're meant to be hitting this. The next boss is a little tougher. There's Vergil and the Melvins, but there is mechanics you can use to get around the bloody Melvins. The Melvins are bad. Glad you got it done. Yeah, towers help a lot. That's when towers were like the end all be all for, you know, twinking and stuff. Because they did make quite a big impact on how far you could push something. Yeah, we were doing the tower tag mission on Monday. All the sites in PW, like half of them were like whoever built them just didn't care. And then the ones that had stuff on them were just like massive conductor farms, and then there was quite a few that only had a control tower on them, nothing else. And I don't know if that was people attacking them earlier or something, but some of them looked like, yeah, CT and leave it. It was just silly. Yeah, I did see it. It was an Omni Enforcer. It was in Pandemonium. I was there doing something or other. I think I was trying to... Yeah, I was soloing Liber on this character. And I saw him stood there, and I thought, wait, what? He's got a right, is he? What? And then did inspect, and yeah, he had an EOE on. And then quality 300 implants, and a weapon. I wasn't sure he had it in social or something, you know. Right, to deal with ad faces. could be an agent in FP. He didn't have any artillery implants or symbionts. He only had ranged implants. All the others were infantry. So I don't think it could be an agent, because it was all alphas. And if you're an agent, wouldn't you just use artillery instead of implants to get it on? Just, you know, thinking. I wish I'd taken a screenshot of it. EOE is not wearable by EMPs without exploits. Isn't it? Is it locked? Class locked? Don't know. Not seen them since, so I don't know. Crap. Trader, adv, agent, fixer, engineer, soldier. Yeah, I've got one on the crap. But I mean, I did that live on stream. Doing alphas and then put the EOE in at the end. Couldn't quite get the control I in, so I just put an EOE in. Not a high level one, it's only like 230, 240. But still, you know. I was quite pleased with that when I did it. Because end of the day, still an Atrox crap with alphas on. Thoughts on the new RK 2019 server? It was fun when it first opened and it was a progression server. Now it's just like a very quiet alternate server that doesn't have a GMI on it. Ruined my organ raid bot. It's not new anymore. Yeah. Well, it was weird the way they did it. I mean, yeah, it sort of became a bit of a debacle. Initially they said it's a progression server, and then they said it's a fresh start server, and people just kept arguing about what they meant. And then I made a couple of videos saying, I think this is what's going to happen there if we're not careful. Or Funcom don't, you know, do something different. Like, I think my original idea was what they need is a separate sub for, you know, a lower level sub just to play on it. What they did instead was say, well, if you paid, you can play. Because I said all that'll happen is boxers will set up over there and own everything. And you'll end up with all the same problems you've got on live now. So, and more or less most of that happened. It was, yeah, but what they didn't, if they'd have said, right, it is just, there's never going to be, you know, Shadowlands or anything on it, it probably would have done better. And some people ardently argued with me that that's exactly what it was, and they knew because they understood the slightly ambiguous text that Funcom put out on Facebook of all places about the server before it went live, like months and months before it. So people built up their own personal hype about what it was going to be and everything else, and I was like, well, you don't know that. Oh, you don't know anything. Oh, God, don't be so naive and all this BS at me. And I was just laughing at them. Reading it and going, really? You think? But yeah, it totally was just, is what it is. And then we just lost the Engie. Oh dear. we've just lost Hoggermen. I will avenge you. Yeah, they sort of, I think they were deliberately ambiguous so people would superimpose what they wanted onto it. What we got was a progression server. And the way they released the expansions and when they released the level caps wasn't what people wanted. They had a poll where they said, what do you want next? And we said, oh, we want Shadowlands. And they go, right, well, we'll release Shadowlands right after we raise the cap to 200. And we were like, no! It felt like they deliberately decided to deliberately misunderstand the poll and just do what they want to do anyway. German Microwave, welcome to the stream. AO is different MMO. Since people understand how to play it after 15 years, they're going to play it the easiest way. Yeah, sometimes. Some people will choose to do that, yeah. Not everyone will, though. It's like what we're doing now. We're avoiding the Melvins by standing by a door. I'm pot calling the kettle black here if I say anything, aren't I? What's in PVM? It doesn't matter. It has no place in PvP, and it's basically destroyed PvP at this point. It ruined it for me 7 years ago, and I just quit PvP and stopped giving a toss. And more players have quit over it than anything else. Funcom won't make a decisive ruling on it, so people are going to do it. If someone can afford or manage to keep several accounts running through buying and selling and buying graces, or they can just afford to keep that many accounts running, and they enjoy doing things by themselves, then that's what they're going to do. No one's going to tell them any different. So yeah. At least it was nice to see the arrival hall again. It was. The first sort of 2 months on that server were really good fun. I really enjoyed it. There's a video it's one of my more popular videos as well, which is the 2019 server, day one. And it's what it was like to be there on the first day. And I was there, a bunch of guildies, and we ended up getting on Discord and going off and doing the most basic stuff, like trying to bring down level 10 and 12 diners, do a team mission together for items to sell, because between us we had all the composite buffs, but like literally between us, because nobody had any credits. So like every piece of trash in every chest we were picking it up just to sell it later, and it was funny. It was really good. And then eventually it just became a mirror of the 2019 the regular Rubicar 5 server, only with no GMI and a lower population. And then Funcom also said they weren't sure if they were going to keep the server running more than the 2019. So at the end of 2019, they weren't sure if the server was still going to be up. At which point people were like, oh well, I'm not going to progress my toon here anymore and put any more effort into them if it's just going to get deleted. Because they were saying things like, well, there's no set time on the server, but transfers won't be available, which people interpreted as, well, we don't know if they're not going to take the server down at the end of 2019 or in 1 year's time since its launch, and we're going to lose all our toons on it. So that players hemorrhaged off the server once they did that. So it was like, oh god. It was like the nail in the coffin for it. People do play there now though. Even now, so. Anything good? We has the illegally modified Dreadlock Thrasher and a bit of the bow armour. So, yeah, nothing good for me anyway. Which way is forwards? I think it's this way. I never boxed. Through bank account doesn't count. Yeah, everyone does that, and dual logs to trade things and whatnot. That's just a normal part of the game now. Some people have an army of Froobs just to buff their up-and-coming toons. That's not that exceptional anymore. I'm going to go watch that. Yeah, it's hilarious. Like, I swear to God, at one point I open a chest in a team mission and kill one of my teammates. Because, like, we've got no buffs. We've got no real armour. You know, there's no the newcomer armour is us running around, the ICC stores looking for quality 1 basic newcomer armour. You know, the stuff that looks really scruffy before you side change it. Because we're like, yeah, we'll get that. And then, like, one of the guys in the team had bought the full year sub and got the I can't think what it was called. It's like bright blue XP and first aid armour. It's got like NCU, first aid, stuff like that on it. But it is nice armour. But yeah, that we were like, well, you go through and tank it. You've got the good gear. We haven't, you know. Because we literally had nothing. And it was fun for a while. Still missing Hoggermen. We killed him with fire. Yeah, you can get it from ICC. Any basic nano store will sell you Pet Warp. Any sided store, basic, will sell it as well. You go into the nano department and it's there. Yeah, I know someone who's got, in one backyard, when they're online, there's 5 tunes in a line there for buffing. Just, you know, I'll give myself grid space, RRFE, crit buff, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, I've got a fruit fixer that I dual log just to give myself fixer grid when I want it, you know. I mean, it's not exactly hard to get fixer grid, but sometimes it's convenient. Is that a Vector I see there? Didn't they upgrade it? What, the ND Vector thingy? Maybe, yeah. That's... Well, Mihalik is using a PDKP and an Envion at the moment. It varies. He swaps weapons a lot. That's the noise it makes. It is a shotgun though, the PDKP. It's the perfected diamond line something something. Right, this fight is actually quite interesting. And quite good fun as well. You get sucked into Abmouth's belly and then you've got to run out from his belly. Which is it's kind of funny. Right. Right, we figured out a good way of dealing with these. There's ads in there that spread the plague rot, but you can drag them in here and snare them with a crap snare called Shackles or something. And once that's on them, they just stay in this room and you don't get the rot, which makes the fight a damn sight easier and better. How much a Grace is in game? Expensive. Peaked at about 40 billion this summer, and they're back down to about 25-ish billion at the moment. Not million, billion. So 25 times the amount that a single character can have on them. And 5 times the amount that you can keep in the GMI without creating buy orders to stash the money. The inflation is nuts. But yeah, don't ever be tempted by the jackasses selling dodgy creds. They spam OCC all day long. But if you compare the rate they're offering per billion, it's terrible. You know, it's like, ooh, that's not a good deal, you know? you're like a million times better off saving up, buy a Grace, sell it legitimately. Because here's 3 things that happen when you do that. Number 1, you're giving money to Funcom for this game, so you're keeping the game running. Number 2, player gets to play because they've now got playtime when they buy it. And number 3, you've now got a stack of money. So win-win. The price you pay for the credits from the cred sellers is rubbish. You can't buy anything GMI over 4 billion, so make a buy order for 4 billion. Yeah. That's it. It's exactly what I've done. I've done that with a load of creds before. Bought a Grace, sold it on GMI. GMI says you have too many creds to buy anything, so you withdraw 1 billion at a time, then start putting it back, and I usually go to 3, because then you've got a bit of wiggle room. Once I get back to 3 billion, I create a buy order for either another Grace or something that can't be sold on GMI, like a bag. Because you can't sell containers on GMI, so if you put a buy order in for a Pioneer backpack for 3 billion, that stashes 3 billion from your total amount of credits available on GMI. Then you pull out another 3 billion one at a time, put all 3 back into the thing, and rinse and repeat until you've, you know, got 3 or 4 billion there to spend, and a stack of 3 billions that you can just, you know, cancel the buy order with whenever you want to have more money to spend on GMI. Vector ND is the quintessential trader weapon. Yeah, it's a bit of an old English word. It's not often used anymore. I mean, it's still a legitimate word in English, but it's not used very often. Funny, all the hops players have invented. Oh yeah, but you know, necessity is the mother of invention. Oh god, this is so damn hard. We've got to figure out a way to make it simpler. That, in essence, is, you know, human nature. God, chasing after all these cows. It'd be much easier if we built a thing called a fence, get them in behind it, and then when we want a cow, they're there. Or we spend all day looking for the right plant to make bread. Why don't we plant some seeds from the plant where we want them, like in a big area, and then whenever we need those seeds to make bread or rice or whatever, then we just go and get it. That's human nature. That's how we evolved. That's how we developed. Sheep farmers have not discovered the discovery of fences yet. Oh yes, but they have. And dry stone walls. And styes to climb over that sheep can't climb over. It's just that sheep need a lot of grazing area, usually where sheep are kept. They're kept there because nothing. It's like you could never get a plough up and down that hill. So that's usually where you see sheep. And the fields are just 12-acre field. Eventually you come across a fence or a wall, and you'll notice none of the sheep are on the other side of it. That's the fence. It's just a real big fence. Okay, I've got ag. Has the ag. And I'm going. No, he bounced me. I thought I was going in. Didn't quite pull me in. That's why I stand on this one square here. It doesn't always get you in each time. Don't they have sheepdogs in Norway? It didn't take two days to get sheep down a mountain. Not in Wales anyway. Just go up with 4 shepherds, 6 dogs or whatever, and boom, they're down the hill in a day. No harm, no foul. Yeah, I'm popping... I'm trying to pop my cooldowns here. Come on, don't die. Yes, final boss. Please, can I has thing? I want the beam belt. Ooh. Great belt of justice. It's really nice, actually. Just the belt. Okay, we're going to roll on the belt. Eumenides, I want to watch... We did him. We got him in one go. We had like one dodgy pull at the beginning. You know, just getting the ads out of the room. Then we regrouped, came back in, went in, took him out. Has the subscription stayed the same since launch? It hasn't gone up with inflation, no. So initially I think it was about the same price as it is now. Right, we're going to roll it on a bot. Keep everything nice and fair. But it's just nice to get this whole dungeon done anyway. Loot 1. Add 1. Don't click the plus because there's only one belt. Eumenides is the hardest boss fight in the game at the moment. Just because of all the mechanics he's got are really they're very difficult to deal with, and he can unpredictably like throw 4 of them at the same time at you, and you're like, oh no, we're screwed. You get rot, ads and mind control all in one hit when he's on his last 2 bubbles or something like that. And yeah, it's painful. Winner! Larabil has won the belt of great justice. Grats! Oh. Wrong one. Glove and chest is free for all. What's the chest? Is it the bow armor? AO needs a raid boss like that, to be honest. Most raid bosses... Yeah, well, they are now. That's power creep with all the various expansions we've had. Things have gotten easier and easier and easier, but now it's like... Players have got more and more powerful to the point where it's like, we can handle him. IT O'Derry, welcome to the stream. Damn it, says IT O'Derry. Let me guess, you wanted to come and do this raid. Have a look. What's the other armour? It's reinforced bow and counterfeit froob. Yeah, nah. When you do something funny, I cannot be here. Well, that's every time I'm here, hopefully. Hopefully the stream is somewhat entertaining. There's no bulwark on it. It would be nice if the bulwark had dropped. I would have immediately wanted that on my enforcer as well, but didn't happen. Nothing like grinding your teeth on a hard raid boss with your guild. Yeah, I did it a lot in Sota, yeah. Some of the fights got really complicated. You had to be doing exactly the right thing at the same time, or it all just went, and then everybody had a right good go at you. I ninja looted it. Yeah, right. Okay, well, I think that's probably going to conclude this evening's fun and whatnot. So let's have a quick look on the Twitch. for anyone else streaming Anarchy online. Let's take a look. Yes, Twitch, I know I am. Only me? Surely not. Apparently, yeah. Apparently only me. Okay, well, who do we know? Kia streaming. I can't tell if it's Kia or not, or she's hosting, because there's an ad playing for Doritos. Doritos. Playing that game. Okay, Gopher maybe? No, Gopher's not on. Che? Is Che live? Che is live. I'm not sure what game he's playing here. Timberborn he's playing. One of these days I'm going to get help with the last 3 kills for an Inferno Sanctuary key. You will, you know, if you get on a bit earlier. The schedule's always there, you know. I try and make it as easy as I can. We'll go raid Kia. Go raid Kia. Or Kina. Nice lady. Works for Funcom and stuff. I like her anyway. But yeah, she's quite chatty. She has fun with the streams and all the rest of it. So we're going to go raid there. I'll see you all on Friday for something. Not sure what yet. And I'll just say thank you all for coming. Thank you for the resubs and the follows. And I will see you Friday. Bye for now.